welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. Along with the all-star team of Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for DeMar DeRozan.
And it's not the kind of trend he wanted to see, but that's what happens over the course of almost any career. Coaches around the league have learned all your tendencies, and let's face it, playing for as long as he has takes a toll on the body.
So let's take a look at the starters for Toronto. They've got DeMar DeRozan, and it's Worthy in at the 3 slot. And for Minnesota, we've got Mobley, and it's Hill in at the 3, small forward. As we hit the home stretch of the regular season, Grant, what's the focus for teams outside of the playoff picture?
You know, B.A., I think it's about staying competitive and building a foundation for next season. As a team, you need to use the time you have to consistently improve.
Now here's Hill. There's the drive. And Worthy pulls it down. DeRozan outside. Kidd, the pass to Olajuwon. Just 5 on the clock. The Raptors need to get off a shot. Misses the 3. Here's Minnesota. Pass to Marley. Here's the 3. He can't get that one to fall. DeRozan deciding where to go with it. First quarter, just over a minute played. Here's McGinnis. Over to the left wing. Here's Kidd. It's rebounded by Minnesota. They come into this one having outplayed the Grizzlies last time.
Hey, their activity on defense was terrific. It was just full effort at that end of the floor and a bunch of blocks to show for it.
Well, they did have some impressive numbers blocking shots, and I like their defensive game plan.
And Toronto has possession, following the score by Minnesota. Here's Worthy. An important role in this offense, averaging around 12.5 per game. This one for 3. Here's McGinnis, and he packs it down right on top of Evan Mobley.
And that's why you don't give up on the glass.
Man, his efforts well rewarded right there.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the boards.
Minnesota with the ball. Here's Cousy, coming off a solid outing against Memphis. Pass to Marley. Robinson, a screen on DeRozan. Marley, and the 3 off target. Toronto's gone 0 for 2 from outside. Kidd, the pass to DeRozan. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Far from an ideal start, only 1 for 5. Let's see if they can turn it around.
Back to Hill. To the inside. Here's Robinson, and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Worthy passes to Kidd. Here's Olajuwon. To the left side wing. Out of bounds as Toronto keeps possession. Here in March, things are heating up. Let's check out the teams in the West. Taking a look at Minnesota, they have looked in control all season long. Aren't showing any signs of taking their foot off the gas anytime soon.
You know, for Minnesota, they've been relentless competitors all season long. They've assured themselves of a lot of home games in the postseason, and we'll see if they can capitalize.
Here's Cousy. No points so far. Pass to Robinson. And a big finish by Robinson.
I mean, that was just terrific work to stay in control and finish.
Minnesota shooting their first free throw of the night here.
Robinson.
Here's Kidd, taking a look at his numbers, averaging about 11 a game. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Here's Olajuwon. 8 points in his last time out. The three. The shot by Kidd, no good.
Well, this period, he's been his own worst enemy, and now he's pressing.
All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Well, excitement building in Ontario ahead of this coming May when the WNBA makes its long-awaited launch north of the border. The Toronto Tempo will become Canada's first ever WNBA franchise, and with that league finding a rhythm, this debut feels right on time.
It's a beautiful thing. Shams, appreciate the report. Here's Cousy. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. And a big finish by Robinson.
Incredible work right there on the glass. Just doing all he can to extend that lead.
Hey, once you got him on the ropes, keep swinging away.
Yeah, this is the spot where coaches want you to be relentless. Don't even give them a glimpse of hope.
Here's Worthy, following the score by Minnesota. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Kidd. And he gets the bucket.
Well, terrific timing and placement with the bounce pass there.
Minnesota leading by 3. Pass to Marley. Here's Cousy. Good ball movement here by Minnesota.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
Minnesota shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
At the line for your Timberwolves, Robinson, taking 2 shots.
And he makes a first. And Minnesota making a change here. Booker's checked in. Avdia, he's checked in for Toronto. Richardson comes in for DeRozan. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Raptors trail by 4. Worthy passes to Kidd. Here's the pick. Pass to McGinnis. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Well, that's a great pass. He has the timing and rhythm of a metronome.
Here's Cousy. Still no points. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
That's how they like to see him operate. Big part of their attack.
Now Richardson. He's coming off a 10-point game against New York.
And we can't skip over his role as distributor. Huge impact, making all the right reads.
Now here's Hill. They lead by 4. Robinson, a screen on Avdia. Hill, the pass to Robinson. And a big finish by Robinson.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
And so now a timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Our 2K leaderboard highlighting the NBA's assist leaders over the last month. Toronto in second. Number 5, the Timberwolves.
These two teams have a great flow offensively over the last month, always moving the ball and finding open teammates.
Outside Richardson. Pass to Worthy. Here's McGinnis. Robinson defending. McGinnis, no good.
Well, that's the look he wanted, but the defense doing just enough to impact that shot.
Booker looking around to the middle. Oh, they pick off the pass. Here's Worthy. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
Minnesota leading by 4. Outside Booker. Robinson on the wing. Six to shoot. Back to Booker. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. And the Timberwolves lead by 6.
There's something that is great about Booker. He doesn't take all outside shots. I mean, Devin can score it inside, too.
And there's the whistle. The illegal screen is the call.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. You can't make it that obvious.
So both teams changing it up here. For Minnesota, they've gone 6 of 11 so far. Pass to Hill. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
When you use it right, the pump fake's as effective a move as there is.
Here's Kidd. Here's McGinnis. Fires for 3. Mobley grabs the board.
It hasn't been his best quarter. I mean, he's trying to shoot himself out of a slump.
Here's Cousy. A steady force on their offense, recording around 14.5 a game. Outside Richardson. To the paint. And stolen by Booker. Inside. Shot's good by Hill. And now it's a 10-point Timberwolves lead.
The D hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
Down low. And stolen by Mobley. Hill against Richardson. Hill can't connect.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
Richardson, the pass to McGinnis. Back to Richardson. Good on the short little jump shot. The Timberwolves lead by 8. Here's Cousy. Pass to Booker. To the inside. Ball stolen. And they're pushing it up. Here's Richardson. Finished off the break.
I like what I saw on both ends that time. Hustling on defense to create some offense.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Denny Avdia, the son of a 6'8" Serbian sharpshooter who played for the Yugoslavian national team, then moved to Israel and met Denny's mom. Denny said he had the same mentality, fire in the eyes. Every night, playing to win. That's how I've always been. That passion is a part of my culture. Guys?
Thanks a lot, Allie. First one falls. The Raptors making a switch here. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Well, he's been very good at the line, and we all know free throws can make or break you in the end.
Here's Bibby. Looking at his stats, he's putting up about 7.5 per game. Outside Richardson. Shot clock at 6. Fires high post. And there's Toronto with another bucket. Minnesota leading by 6. There's a minute 26 left in the first quarter here. Here's Gugliotta. He gets it in there.
The big story thus far, how well they've shot the rock.
And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for the Raptors. Pass to Worthy. Here's Bibby. It's Avdia on the wing. 5 on the clock. 50 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Oh, clanks that one. He's 0 for 1 to start. Here's Gugliotta. 11 points for him last game against Memphis. And he lays it in on the break. Richardson's got 8 points.
And that was a case of great anticipation skills on defense, sparking the transition game.
Well, as a coach, you're always telling your guys to play hard. That's what we need. Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
17 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Bibby. No points yet. There's the triple. No good. And so it's Minnesota up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. All right, let's quickly break down the game, what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves, guys.
Well, it looks like hitting the boards hard was an emphasis of their attack. They knew how valuable it was to do so.
Yeah, we're not surprised by this. These guys work hard and they are physical.
So on the floor for Toronto to kick off the second quarter, we've got Avdia, and it's cycling in at the center position. Raptors trail by 6. Avdia passes to Richardson. Pass to Worthy. Here's Cycli. There's a screen. To the paint. It's tipped. Robinson with a steal. Gugliotta passes to Booker. And Booker gets double teamed. From the arc. They get the rebound. Robinson, good efficiency. He's drained 4 out of 5.
And they're doing strong work on the glass, a +5 advantage for them.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Here's Worthy, coming off a 16-point game against New York.
Yeah, and you can't overlook the 4 steals he added. Those were some major momentum swings.
Minnesota leading by 6. Up top, Booker. A 26-point game for him in the win against Memphis. Here's Pope. Here's Robinson. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
And they've done a tremendous job just creating havoc defensively. Active hands have led to tons of turnovers that they've capitalized on.
And it's already hard enough to play D in this league. Some people feel that traveling has gotten out of control, Coach.
Well, I don't know if it's gotten out of control, B.A. I think the referees do a pretty good job on traveling. I think what's important for the referees is they have to be able to determine which travel calls gain a guy an advantage and which ones you could let go because they have no effect on the play.
Now here's DeRozan. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against New York. Got it. Good job in the low post. DeRozan's got his first points of the game. Outside Booker. Here's Robinson. And a big finish by Robinson.
For his position, Booker does a solid job moving the ball. He's got great passing instincts.
And so now a timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. We get a chance to check some stats for Devin Booker.
And he's been outstanding offensively as of late. These last 5 games, he's been a beast at the offensive end. A different level score than he had been earlier in the season. Let's see if he can keep it up.
And about 3 minutes played now in the second quarter. Pass to Worthy. It's hauled in by Robinson. Robinson's got 8 rebounds in the game.
Their strong work ethic has been evident on the glass, really getting after it and being physical.
And Booker with the jam.
What a finish. Love to see that kind of explosiveness from Booker.
Pass to Worthy. Back to Richardson. 5 to shoot. Avdia from outside. And the ball out of play. The Timberwolves will have it. And in that March stretch, some interesting things going on in the East. You take a look at Toronto. If the postseason were to start today, they'd be the 7th seed.
Well, right now for Toronto, I really think they've been hit and miss thus far. I mean, they are a playoff level team, but are they championship level? Probably not.
Yeah, and that's not a knock on them. This is where most people expected them to be. They just don't have the talent to be up there with the contenders.
Here's Marley. He had a 30-point outing in their last game against Memphis.
And with all the attention he drew offensively, he did a great job of just kicking to the open man. What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Now here's DeRozan. Right now he's contributing about 15.5 points a game. Kid with the bucket.
Yeah, and for a solid decision maker like DeRozan, that's an easy pass.
And so it's Booker with it. He brings it up for Minnesota. Following this game, they host the Magic. It's game 3 of a trifecta at home. In deep, it to go.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
The shot by Kidd, no good.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Inside. Cuts off the pass. Oh, there's the alley. Here's Marley, defended by DeRozan. Pass to Gugliotta. Hill against Avdia. Robinson can't hit.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
Cycli gets the bucket.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
To the middle. Here's Robinson. Rebound by the Raptors. This game coming on the heels of their win versus the Knicks.
Great offensive game plan in that one. They put their guys in positions to succeed, and it really paid off.
And that was the kind of win a coach takes pride in. You lay out the strategy, and the players execute perfectly. Well, that's a smart pass in close quarters.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
21.
Zero wasted trips. They're doing their job at the line.
Raptors trail by 11. And he jams it home with authority.
Nice read. Sets his teammate up. You like how they're sharing the ball.
Here's Cousy, guarded by Richardson.
And that puts them just one foul from the bonus.
Denny Obvious checked in for Hart.
Into the line for the Raptors, number 8, Devin Booker.
Here's Gugliotta. He's got 5. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Marley, no good.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
Man, left no doubt with that one, Grant. Here's Cousy. Outside, Hill. Over DeRozan. Here's Ilgauskas. Oh, there's a killer two-hand slam.
Have to take care of the defensive boards better than that.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreakers.
Here's Olajuwon, hovering around 19.5 points a game. His scoring has been huge for them, and he gets it to go. The Timberwolves lead by 7. Outside, Hill. Over DeRozan. Hill can't connect.
Well, despite his lack of efficiency, the team has put together a good offensive effort tonight.
Kidd, the pass to DeRozan. Here's Kidd, pass to DeRozan. Oh, DeRozan getting it done inside.
I mean, some good stuff out here. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come off of nice passes.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. Time to take a look at the top defensive teams in the league right now. The Timberwolves, #1.
Well, they allow the fewest points per game in the league. Sometimes that can be a factor of pace. But safe to say, when you're #1, your team is elite at the defensive end.
Cousy, pass to Hill. Over DeRozan. He's got it. 3 for 7 now. And so here is Toronto. 7-point differential. Their last encounter in Toronto.
Well, they brought the energy. They played smart as well. But the other team did too. Unfortunately, someone has to lose.
Yeah, that was two very evenly matched teams. But in the end, it came down to who executed better down the stretch.
The Raptors making a switch here. Hart's checked in. On defense, Minnesota. They held a 12-point lead earlier. Shot clock at 5. Fade away. And it's DeRozan missing.
Oh, love the intensity in which they're hitting the boards.
Pass to Majerle. Here's Gugliotta. 5 points in the game. Outside, Hill. Over DeRozan. And it's Richardson with the rebound.
Good shot, gone bad. Gotta finish there.
Oh, it's stolen. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Hill, and it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Woohoo! Just great work cashing in on the fast break.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Here's DeRozan. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Well, good job by DeRozan to take advantage of some sloppy defense to get to the line.
Toronto shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him.
Well, what impresses me, DeRozan's been in the league a long time, and he is still playing at a very high level.
DeRozan hits them both.
What impresses me most about DeRozan is his footwork, especially when he's operating around the mid-range.
Pass to Robinson. From 13 feet, down it goes. Robinson's got 10 points in the quarter.
Yeah, this quarter's all about him. He's just dominating at the offensive end.
Here's Olajuwon. He's got 6. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Kidd. Mobley grabs the board.
He's got a nice feel for that crossover, but you still have to finish.
Pass to Majerle. Now Mobley. Now Robinson.
Well, after picking up his 3rd foul, they may sit him the rest of the half.
And the Raptors making a change here.
Into the lineup for the Raptors, number 13, Mike.
1:05 left in the second quarter. Screen by Robinson. Here's Cousy. They grab their own miss. From deep, Mobley. Robinson. It's good on the putback.
That's great work on the glass. That kind of hustle play can energize your team.
Pass to Kidd. Here's Bibby. Toronto passing it around. Here's DeRozan. And he drops it in from the low post. DeRozan's got 8.
And they seem to have found a nice groove here in the second period.
Cousy, the pass to Majerle. Robinson in the post. Can't hit it from 12 feet. Raptors trail by 9. DeRozan outside. Good work defensively by Hill. fires from way outside. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter, and it's all due to their ability to own the paint. They've been dominant down low. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome in for halftime. And what's on tap, you ask? I can answer that. So far, it's been a nice outing for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Anytime they sniff the paint, it's a bucket. And they found different ways to do it.
Yeah, their game plan gets the Shaq seal of approval. Get it inside and hit them hard.
And moving along, a metric for that first half. Love me some metrics. Checking out the top performer on each team.
We've been tracking these two all along. The way these guys are leading their teams, impressive.
Yes, the way it's gone, whichever of these two can keep it up in the second half, his team's coming out with the W.
And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second half action with Brian Anderson and company.
And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. Raptors trail by 9. We've got Mobley, and it's Robinson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And that's the group for Chris Finch as we begin the second half. Toronto shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
2 shots. Allow for 1.
And the first one at the line is good. So he gets them both. Minnesota leading by 7. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks, Brian. Raptors coach Darko Rajakovic explained what he's looking for on the offensive end. He said, quote, it's unselfishness, ball and body movement, playing together and making each other better. Also, you have to be able to adjust. Basketball is not set in stone. If it was, it would be a recipe. Brian, back to you.
Yeah, got to roll with the punches. Thank you, Allie. Clock at 6. Here's Kidd. Here's McGinnis. Oh, Robinson with a block. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Robinson. It's time to take a glance again at that superb block.
Yeah, what a play. I mean, that'll have the offense thinking twice about taking shots in his presence.
Second shot opportunity. Oh, DeRozan sinks it through contact.
With his strength and explosiveness, DeRozan's so imposing when he gets it inside.
Pass to Robinson. Rebound Toronto. McGinnis has got 4 rebounds now. Here's Kidd. Takes a 3. It's hauled in by Robinson. Robinson's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Marley passes to Robinson. Yep, that one goes. Robinson's got 4 points in the quarter.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. DeRozan for three. Good. That's his 5th bucket in 9 attempts.
This is a big night for DeRozan. But don't forget, he's been doing this since 2009. A long time in this league.
Mobley, no good.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Driving to the basket, Worthy. And he banks in the layup. And now just a 4-point Minnesota lead.
Once he breaks out the crossover, you just know something special is about to happen.
Pass to Mobley. Now here's Robinson. Here's an 8-footer. Count that one. Robinson's got 26 points.
He's really finding his rhythm here. I mean, smart move to keep feeding him the ball.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Here's Olajuwon. Give him 8. 5 to shoot. Shoots over Robinson. Olajuwon can't get it to go. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here.
So that brings him up to 4 fouls. So he's forced to hold himself back a little now, which may make him a target for the offense.
Denny Avdias checked in for Toronto. Here's Cousy. With the drive from deep, Mobley. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
And the Defensive Player of the Year for 2025, Evan Mobley. What makes him so formidable, Greg?
You know, he has a similar physical frame to Hall of Famer Kevin Garnett. Long-armed and athletic at 6'11". And the intangibles are all there as far as timing and IQ.
Here's Kidd. DeRozan outside. Pass to Kidd. Shot clock at 6. Avdia outside. Off the mark there with a 3. The Timberwolves lead by 8. And he's going for the lob. Here's Worthy. Give him 8 points now. Oh, and Mobley with the block.
Mobley said nope. Entry denied.
Marley passes to Mobley. And here's Robinson. Pass to Marley. The 3 is up. Kidd with a rebound. Raptors trail by 8. Now here's Avdia. Robinson defending. Avdia passes to Kidd. And the officials will call the illegal screen here. And now a chance to see what's coming up for Toronto. On Sunday, they'll be facing Jason Tatum and the Dallas Mavericks. Then on Tuesday, they'll face off against Pascal Siakam and the Houston Rockets.
And for their matchup with Phoenix, that's going to be a nice test for them. They'll get a chance to see just how they play against a team that most feel is better than them.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Breaking the action, let's take a look at the NBA's highest scoring team since the All-Star break. Toronto, number 1.
Since the All-Star break, this squad has been on fire on offense. looking like a well-oiled machine and taking and making high percentage shots.
The Timberwolves lead by 8. Cousy, the pass to Mobley. Robinson in the post. Lays it up and banks it in. Robinson's got 10 points now, just in this quarter.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Now here's Avdia. He's scoreless. DeRozan outside. And that one comes up a bit short.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Hill can't connect. Raptors trail by 10. Worthy passes to Kidd. Here's Avdia. Toronto passing it around. To end the drought. Oh, get out of the way! DeRozan!
Yeah, there's no such thing as a tough bucket in DeRozan's mind. He'll take on anybody.
Outside, Hill. Give him that one. Now shooting 5 for 11 from the floor.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from him.
Now here's DeRozan. 15 points in the game. And the shot goes.
Yeah, they've had their hands full with DeRozan. He is scary when he gets it going.
Pass to Marley. Avdia against Hill. From deep, Mobley connects from downtown. Mobley's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Avdia outside. Here's Kidd. DeRozan outside. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Mobley's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Marley. Right now contributing around 10.5 points a game. Cousy, the pass to Robinson. Rebound Toronto. Here's Worthy. Give him 8 points now. Here's McGinnis. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Mobley's got rebound number 7 tonight. Hill, the pass to Mobley. Now here's Robinson. With the fadeaway. Avdia pulls it in. To the inside. Here's Worthy. Puts the fadeaway right on the money. Worthy's got 4 points in the quarter.
Are you serious? I mean, he made the defender look silly right there. Just an epic move.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Booker, he's checked in for Minnesota. The Raptors also with a sub. Richardson's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. Minnesota leading by 9. Here's Cousy to the paint. Here's Robinson. And a big finish by Robinson.
Well, with the way he's scoring right now, they're just going to keep feeding him.
Pass to Kidd. Over Booker. The shot by Kidd, no good.
Well, it's been a frustrating night for him at the offensive end. Just not able to give them any kind of a lift.
Hill, the pass to Cousy. And here's Mobley. And Worthy pulls it down. Worthy's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Kidd. Six on the shot clock. Mobley grabs the board. Mobley's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. Down low. That one's good. Give the assist to Booker. Booker's got 4 assists in the game.
Imposing inside. Mobley is just too much.
Looking to end this cold spell. Kidd with the bucket. Kidd's got 6.
Yikes, this quarter has not been kind to him. Just 1 for 5 so far.
Pass to Robinson. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Man, good whistle there.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
Well, they've clearly been focused on getting the ball inside. And up to this point, the defense has not had an answer.
And we can't forget about how ferocious they've been cutting to the rim, just going right at defenders and finding ways to finish.
The first free throw is good. Toronto making a switch here. That one misses. Raptors trail by 12. Here's Bibby. Pass to Worthy. Richardson for 3. It's rebounded by Gugliotta. And Booker has got the ball here for the Minnesota Timberwolves. 1:41 left in the third quarter. The shot comes out. Good D by Richardson. Toronto has gone just 1 of 5 from three-point range here in the third quarter.
Well, this shows you that Avdia can do it all, making an effective pass there.
Minnesota leading by 10. Inside, here's Robinson, and a big finish by Robinson.
Well, he sends it inside where they can get a high percentage look. That's just great basketball.
Bibby, the pass to Avdia. Pass to Cycling. And he slams it in one-handed.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of it. Well, he's a reason why they're winning right now. He's been efficient offensively, and his confidence continues to grow.
8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Avdia outside. Toronto passing it around. Here's Bibby. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Pass to Gugliotta. Now here's Booker. Beyond the arc. That one doesn't drop. And so it's Minnesota now holding a 12-point lead at quarter's end. They just can't miss right now. Every shot they're taking, you assume, is going in. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
You can count on him to deliver a few assists like this one each and every night.
Well, that is what coaches want from their point guard. Set others up, play the game the right way.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. Avdia out there with DeMar DeRozan. And it's Cycli in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Richardson. Back to Avdia. Pass to DeRozan. 5 on the clock. Good. And that basket makes him 8 for 14 for the game.
So simple and so effective. DeRozan is a monster in the mid-range.
And there's the foul. It'll go on DeMar DeRozan. That's his first foul of the game. Here's Marley. Fades and shoots.
I've been in this position. Your team is up. You want to drive in the dagger. He may be a little overeager.
Pass to Cycli. Oh, he gets it to fall, and that makes it just a single-digit deficit.
Well, we know what kind of scorer he is, but he could use a little help.
It's Booker on the wing, guarded by Richardson. Releases. Booker no good. Raptors trail by 8. DeRozan down low. Check by Hill. And it's DeRozan missing. The Timberwolves have gone 0 for 3 in this fourth. Not good. Here's Marley. Off target from 3-point range.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
Now here's DeRozan. 6 to shoot. Down low. Here's Cycli. And down it goes. Dumped it through off a beautiful setup.
For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out.
Yeah, great awareness there from Booker. A selfless team-first player.
Here's Kidd. Pass to DeRozan. DeRozan down the lane. And the dunk by DeRozan.
Strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
And left no doubt with that one, Grant. And Chris Finch has called timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. Checked in for Toronto. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Chris Finch said to the team. He told his guys, quote, "Do not get complacent. No coasting to the finish line here. Stay on the gas, keep the energy up, and close it out." Coach doesn't just want them to hang on to this lead. He wants them to extend it.
Thanks for that, Allie. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Pass to Booker. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Here's Hill. Ooh, once again, off the mark by Minnesota. Here's Kidd. Kicks it to DeRozan. Here's Kidd. Deflects the pass. Pass to DeRozan. Just 5 on the clock. For 3. Kidd with the bucket. And now just a 3-point Timberwolves lead.
Well, already an improvement for him from beyond the arc in this half.
They set a pick. Booker with it. Richardson picks him up. And there's the foul. It'll go on DeMar DeRozan. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Mobley's checked in. Hill against DeRozan. Here's Ilgauskas. Rebound by the Raptors. Cycle's got 7 rebounds in the game. Oh, what a performance offensively.
They're really rolling at that end. Excellent game plan.
Here's Kidd. From 11 feet away, hits the front of the rim and out. The Timberwolves lead by 3. Outside, Hill to the middle. Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover. Out to the right wing. And he lobs it up top. And now the T-Wolves on the break. Here's Ilgauskas. Good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. And the Timberwolves lead by 5. For Toronto, they've gotten 5 of their 7 shots to fall in this final quarter. Richardson for 3. Gets rebounded by Minnesota. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Here's Marley. Hill finds Booker. Now here's Hill. It's Booker on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. The shot misses. Good D by Richardson. Raptors trail by 5. To the inside. Here's Kidd. Good D by Mobley.
Yeah, those shots from him are certainly not helping their case.
Pass to Booker. Good D by Richardson. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Pulls up, high post. And again, no good by Toronto. The Timberwolves lead by 5. To the paint. Ooh, it's stolen away. Pass to Kidd. Shoots from the baseline. That shot missing.
He hasn't done a whole lot to help their cause today. They could have used more offense from him.
Booker, the pass to Ilgauskas. Up top, Hill. Here's Marley. 3-pointer. And it's Richardson with the rebound. Richardson's got his 4th rebound in this one. Down low. Pass to Kidd. From downtown. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Ilgauskas has got 4 rebounds now. Throws it up high. DeRozan against Hill. And the 6-footer is good. And the Timberwolves lead by 7.
I mean, they've been relentless. Just keep getting shots at the rim.
And Darko Rajakovic has called a timeout. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here.
Come on, get back for your Timberwolves.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Here's Olajuwon. To the middle. Here's McGinnis. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. To the inside. Here's Robinson. And a big finish by Robinson.
Well-placed pass in the hands of a guy ready to attack.
Raptors trail by 9. Outside Richardson. Pass to Kidd. Just 4 to shoot. And the shot falls short that time.
Something's off about him this quarter.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to just slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection.
Here he goes. Richardson, the pass to McGinnis. He's off on that one. Mobley with some nice D. In transition. Here goes Booker. Here's Cousy. And it's Richardson with the rebound. Richardson's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Kidd. Rebound Minnesota. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Left side Hill on the take. And he drains it, making him 7 for 15 for the day.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
Pass to McGinnis. Here's Olajuwon. Robinson defending. Here's Olajuwon. They need this. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. There are usually 1 or 2 mid-season coaching changes in the NBA every year. Can those energize the team, Grant?
You know, B.A., we've seen it give teams a boost in the past, but only on occasion. Usually it's a last-ditch effort in a doomed season or simply just turning the page.
First free throw is good. DeRozan is checked in for Richardson. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. The Timberwolves lead by 9. Pass to Marley. Fires the 3. McGinnis with a rebound.
Well, he's had a rough night, but his teammates have picked him up.
And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Incredible. I mean, high energy in transition. Just beating the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Now here's Robinson.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And he drops the first. So hits 1 and misses 1 at the line. Raptors trail by 8. 17-footer on the way. Oh! Wow! And he slams it down.
He's shaking the hoop. He's actually shaking the whole building.
Oh, what a slam. Look here, the fans going crazy right now. What a sensational move captured from the connected cam, sponsored by AT&T. Here's Cousy. Now Robinson. Blocked! DeRozan, left side. Oh, he misses the layup. Minnesota leading by 6. And he drives in. Bucket!
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
And so DeRozan will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Robinson with a steal. Here's Cousy. Here's Robinson. Toronto making a switch here. Avdia's checked in. He drops the first one, and that'll put him up by 9. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Raptors trail by 9. Outside DeRozan. 1:25 left in the final quarter. Outside Avdia. Shoots a 3. Money from 3.
Yeah, he is solid from deep. Can't give Avdia too much of a window.
Here's Cousy. Robinson in the post. Yes! Using that window!
And trying to put the game away, he's been nailed all evening.
Yeah, but you can't let up now. We've seen too many wild comebacks in this league.
And Darko Rajakovic has called a timeout. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. DeRozan up top. Here's Kidd. And yes, sir! In stride on the lay-in from a sweet assist.
Great pass to hit him in stride. Love to see teammates in sync with each other.
Now Mobley. Mobley just in time with the putback.
Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes. Yeah, what a disconnect. Sloppy play like that is something they can expect to come up in the film session.
An impressive display. How about that look on the AT&T connected cam? Here's Cousy. And so it's Minnesota with the W. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing at home.
And it makes a huge difference. Once they started to get into a groove, you never really felt like they wouldn't come out on top.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Coach Stan Van Gundy, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And before we go, we'll leave you with our player of the game.